Okay, this video is about my 407 Coupe V6 manual. So um, it's about the suspension. Recall that was it last year? No, was it last year? 2 years ago. I changed the shock absorbers to the four cylinder, so the non-variable, and so sometime last year I decided that I was going to change it back. The old ones, they failed. The one that came with the car failed. Actually, the rear ones failed, but the front ones were still working at the time. So when I now did the journey I did with the car, but all the two front ones just failed. So I decided, you know what, I was going to change them to four cylinder, and so I did that. So I'm going back. So what I did was, since January this year, 2024, so I started gathering the shock absorber. So this is what I've done so far, which is enough to do this job. So I was able to order this. So this is for Coupe. How I knew was the spring. So this is what we call cucumber, even though it has actually rusted badly. But for me, it's, my major interest are the springs, not necessarily the shock absorbers. Hopefully they will work though. But like I said, my major interest are the springs because these springs is different from the saloon V6, station wagon V6. So this is for V6 Coupe. So meaning, but the shock absorbers are the same with saloon V6 and station wagon V6. So meaning that anytime my shock absorber fails, the variable ones can always change the shock absorbers and retain the spring. So that's the most important thing. So I decided to order everything complete, you know, with the braking system, the hub, and the rest. So likewise, eventually I was able to get the shock absorbers too for the rear ones. These are the front, this is the rear. So this is also the Coupe one. This is, and you can actually tell which one is Coupe. Like the Coupe one is 7, the coil on the spring is 7, while the saloon one is 8. You can see, do the counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is also 7, but the only difference is, the front one, the difference is here. This one has more gap here than the saloon. So it's also 7 as well when you count from here. So it also has this, both of them have the actuators. The old one I still kept them, but probably I'll use this one. So I'm not going to use everything here. I'm going to remove the hub, look at it, and probably keep it as spare. And the calipers, from the look of things, the rust, probably may discard them. I don't think I'll use them. The brake pads I will remove and keep. Hopefully they are the genuine ones. I've inspected the what's it called? The bearing on the hub. They all look okay. So hopefully the hub will still be okay. From this assembly, what we call, what's it called? We call it hanger, because of a hanger. Look at it here. The bushes there are okay. So we may end up mounting it complete like this without these other components attached. So we may also, depending if we have time, remove the shock absorber springs confirm the condition of the shock absorber. But the point is, I don't know, even if they are weak, I'll probably just have to use them because I don't know, I just hope so, because I don't have the I don't think I want to buy another shock absorber right now. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, the most important thing is this spring, because the current spring on the car is for the saloon. The saloon V6 407. Why this is Coupe, so it makes it to go up much higher, including the rest. So the advantage I will have now is the car will now be the ground clearance will drop lower, giving it that sporty feel. Then the car, the suspension will be firmer, and it will become, or it will be now automatically controlled, and have that performance suspension full. So we'll see what happens. Likewise, the starter motor started acting up recently. It starts when it's cold, but when it's hot, it won't start until the engine becomes cold. So I've gotten another used one. So after we must have done with the suspension, we're going to change the starter as well. So hopefully I'll be concluded in a day. So let's see how it goes. So, update. So we actually have dismantled the used shock absorber with the assembly that we got. And so what I decided to do was to use the old assembly, which we call hanger. However, I used this, swapped this particular cap of it. So I used the one that I bought and swapped with the old one. But this one is still okay though. But it's just that this one, I didn't see any number recognized. The two numbers are not the same. So I was like, since I'm sure the one that came with this is from Coupe, so let me just put this on. So we swap this with the shock absorbers. So what eventually will happen is I'll remove this disc. Going with this is keep it as spare because it's still intact. The brake pads are also still full, still intact. What I don't know about is the hub. So eventually we'll remove the hub and then check it for. Then this one, decide what's happened. So we actually have mounted the shocks and everything back. This is the 4-cylinder one I removed. So these are still brand new because I bought the new, not used. So they're still intact. I'll decide what to do about them. Most likely sell them. So we'll see. So let's see. Likewise to this side, I can see remove the shock and also swap the cap. Later I'll also dismantle this. So mounted this. Remaining to put this cap here. And that's it. So we want to change the starter now. We're moving it so that once we know we are done with the front before we go to the rear suspension and then swap in this. So that's the update. So we're removing the old starter, the faulty one, and so this is the one I purchased that we're going to mount. So I decided to buy the bigger starter for the V6. We tested it where I made the purchase. This is the person I bought it from, and the place where I bought it from. How it is up. So Um, this one tends to last much longer. This big size one compared to the smaller one. Well, from my own personal experience, I know I changed it on my Z9. However, on my Z9, how many years ago? Was it 2017? I'm not mistaken, or 2016. And up to now, it's still there. But these other small ones, I know I've changed it many times to keep them. So, while we are, we had to remove the bank one catalyst to be able to access the old starter. And so this thing broke. One of the old cell broke. So I'm going to take that to happen. Interestingly, remember I welded in a universal starter here. Oh, no, catalyst. All these universal new ones they sell. And luckily, it's still intact. You can see. It hasn't blocked, it hasn't melted. Everything is still the way it was the last time when we mounted it. Yeah. And because I was concerned, thinking that probably it must have melted or got broken or cracked or blocked. I mean, it's still intact, which is because most of the people that I know that will put that thing for at the time I put mine, after I put mine, most of them their own have melted. I wasn't even was I the one that put them? I think it was part of luck. Maybe I was lucky. The quality of the one they put for me is much higher than these other ones. And in terms of for it not blocking me, I know I don't expect it to do that because remember I always say the quality of fuel you buy will determine if your catalyst will block much faster. So I tend to buy fuel from place somewhere I know from personal experience. On my own vehicle, doesn't cost all those carbons, at least that much. And you can see it's free. So anyways, I'm going to take this welder to remove the bolt and see if you can put another one. This one, actually I've done it before. You can see the sign here. So we'll see. So once you're done with the starter and everything, you go back to the rear to change the rear suspension. Alright. So the old starter has been removed. This is the one that was there before. You can see the size. This is much smaller than this. So this one, for me, they don't last compared to this. I hope this will last this time. Like I said, I have one that has lasted more than 4 or 5 years, if not more. These ones, most times, I don't, a year, usually mass or so, they start misbehaving. Okay, so that's it. So we are now on the rear replacement of the rear shock absorbers. And so meanwhile, we are changing this, mounting this. I got this buffer, shock absorber buffer, or suspension buffer. The old ones have actually failed. Let me see if I can find it. See the old one here. So this is the old one. I see it has failed. So eventually I got another used one in good condition. So they're actually two. So once you are done with this, so we finish with changing both the shock absorber, the starter, both the front and rear shock absorber and the starter. And I've also, remember when I swapped to the manual one, I had to deactivate the variable suspension ECU, that is the AMVAR. So I reactivated it, so go for a drive. But I've seen the sign that hold on, let me close the bonnet. So it was hardened. Before I did the reactivation, it was soft. The shock absorbers were bouncing on the front end and the rear. But as soon as I did that, started the car, became this thing. The only thing I would say is I didn't do the height programming. Maybe I'll give it an attempt later, because that's fault that came up on the suspension ECU. That the height has not been programmed. Remember, once you change the shock absorber, you're supposed to do that. But the thing is this: there was a time I made the attempt on other people's 407 VCs and it refused to work. So in this case, I don't know whether is any point to do the attempt. But anyway, I'll drive and see what happens. If it doesn't affect the suspension in any way, from the look of the thing, the height has dropped down much lower than the factory 4-cylinder shock absorber. So remember, I also put the rear shock absorber buffers, those good ones. Okay, so I'll take it for a drive and then update how it feels. So far the front ones is obvious they are working, so what is now remaining for me to confirm is the rear ones. So okay, hopefully doesn't work. So we'll go for the drive and see what happens. All right. So I've gone for the drive and I'm back. So yes, I would say it was a big success. The variable suspension is working. However, a few issues to iron out. Number one, the automatic light, what do you call it? Yeah, for the V6 407, they work with the height sensor, which are mounted on the what we call lower arms. So in other words, that's the wishbone, lower wishbone. So they are mounted there. So for the coupe has a directional headlight. So if there's any problem with that height sensor, the directional headlamp will start. The beam light will start blinking on the instrument panel. So which is happening while I took off for the drive. So anyway, came back, checked. The issue was the height of the vehicle not programmed. That was the only fault that came up on the suspension ECU. So like I mentioned, the thing about this suspension ECU, you can programming the height is not as easy. Yeah, you could do everything, it will refuse to save. The programming will refuse to save. So some says unless you have that genuine PP2000, or go to the dealers accredited, Peugeot accredited dealers that have those genuine ones, or have somebody that have that one, then they can be able to do that. So I know I made the attempt, like I said before, it didn't work, not on this car, but maybe I'll give it a try at this time to program it, because that's the only warning that came up on the transmission, on the suspension ECU, and then that light was blinking. But practically the effect, now the front end is now hard like stone, as in it has come back to normal. In fact, ever since I got this car, I've not had that performance feeling of the suspension while I was on the test drive was like stone, firm and the rest. It's as if the suspension kind of went into the sports mode, even while stationary. Because what now happened was, immediately I started the car after reconnecting everything, the steering wheel became very, very heavy. Unlike when I did that manual suspension swap and deactivated the suspension ECU, the steering became very soft, But now it's very heavy, even stationary. It doesn't even look. You could say it still have that power steering film, but it stirs like normal sports cars. Yeah, the steering is much heavier now. So all I'll do is when I get home, I'll make that attempt. If not, I'll be using it like that. Now the front one is much better in terms of suspension. Everything, the shock absorbers are okay. The rear ones tend to bounce a little. Not necessarily, it doesn't bounce. Well, I climbed 2 bumps, so I felt a little bit bounce when the car dropped down from the bump on the rear. So I could say the front one are in much better condition than the rear ones. However, while on smooth road, while I was driving, it wasn't bouncing. The first one that when I got this car, once I start moving the car, the tail will just be bouncing up and down. So this one is not doing that. So in other words, the front ones are in much better condition than the rear ones. And the funny thing is, even the rear one that is more difficult to find for the coupe than the front one. The front one is the same with the saloon. This is. But the rear one is different. The only difference on the front is the spring. The spring of the saloon is not the same with the coupe. So something I was making noise while I was driving this thing. I think later I'll get a panel beater to hang this thing. It's kind of making noise while on the rough road. So yeah, it's a much better car. So I like it in this condition. So because it's more sportier now in terms of the way the suspension behaves when the car is in motion compared to when you had that 4-cylinder suspension. So I think, like I said, it's a success. We'll see. Hopefully, what I'll be doing in future, if I see any good, you can't tell, it's a use something, so you can't tell if a shock absorber, it's not that real one is good or not. So if I see one that physically looks okay, I'll just buy and keep as spare. That's what I do. But the front ones are not, like I said, I don't really bother. Those ones are just the same with the saloon and the station wagon. So the difference, again, is just the springs, not the distance. So the most important thing that I can tell you I got on this was the spring, front spring. Because even the when I got the car, the previous owner changed the shock absorbers, but they used they wanted complete with the saloon spring. So he pushed it up a little bit. So now it has gotten the VC spring, Coupe VC spring, so it has come down. So the ground clearance is much lower than the car. Than the car height was when I got the car, ever since I got the car. So now it's down. Because it has its advantage and disadvantage in this, meaning that since it's now lower, I won't be able to drive the car on all road conditions, so I have to be more careful now the way I drive the car. So okay, so I think I'm going to close it now, and we'll see how it goes. The starter, like I said, the starter works. I mounted it, tested it works, so hopefully it stays like that. I've not tested it when engine is hot, because that was why I changed the previous one, which was working when engine was cold, but when it became hot, it won't work. So hopefully this one will not behave the same way, but so far it works well. Okay, so that is it. Need to close for the day, and see you in the next video.